We're gonna get right into it. So it is Wednesday. We have boot camp. Today we're gonna do 3 rounds of our circuit. We are gonna do 45-15. 6 movements, 3 upper, 3 lower, but we're gonna do alternating today. We only really need enough space to be kind of on our hands and our toes on the ground, and no equipment. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do demos, and then we'll get into the circuit. So first movement here, we're gonna do an inchworm into a push-up. Camera there. So for the inchworm, pushing our hips back, walking our hands out into our push-up. So you can either be hands and knees or hands and toes. And then once we get to the top, you can either walk your hands towards your feet, or you can walk your feet towards your hands like I just did, or vice versa, walk your hands towards your feet. So whatever feels good for you today. And then we're gonna do a squat, knee to elbow. So hands at our temples, feet hip width apart, squatting down, exhale, coming up, knee to the elbow, and exhale, knee to the elbow. Whoops. So alternating there. And then back to the ground, we're gonna do plank, knee to elbow. So getting just a lot of core work here through the knee to elbow part. So for this one, hands and toes. Exhale, you can either do same side or opposite. Whatever feels better for you today. And then we're gonna stand back up. We're gonna do some lateral squats. So we're gonna stand nice and wide here, shifting our weight to one foot, driving through our whole foot, standing back up, and the other side, same thing. So alternating our feet there. And then back to the ground. We're gonna do plank to pike toe taps here. So hands and toes coming up, tapping opposite hand to opposite toe, and back down, just like that. And then finally, we're gonna do a reverse lunge. We're gonna alternate, and we're gonna pause for 3 seconds at the bottom. So on the top of our space, stepping back, 1, 2, 3, coming back up, and then stepping back, 1, 2, 3, and back up. So that is going to be our circuit for today. So we're going to go ahead and come to the top of our space for our warm up. So real quick, we're just going to do the world's greatest stretch. So we're going to go ahead, interlace our fingers, grab onto one of our knees, pulling towards our chest. And exhale, step back, reverse lunge, hands coming down on the inside of our front foot. Back leg staying nice and straight. Nice big deep inhale. And exhale, opening up towards our front leg, gazing past our hand, thumb is facing behind us. And we're gonna go ahead and exhale, plant our hand outside of our front foot, bring our back foot a little bit closer and push our hips up into our hamstring stretch. And we're gonna go ahead and exhale, bring our feet together, push the ground away, and stand on up. All right, we're gonna go ahead, do the same thing on the other side. So interlace our fingers, grabbing onto our other foot, or our other knee, sorry, pulling towards our chest. And exhale, step back, reverse lunge. Hands coming down on the inside of our front foot. Back leg stays nice and straight. Nice big deep inhale. And exhale, opening up towards our front leg, gazing past our hand, thumb is facing behind us. And we're gonna go ahead, exhale, plant our hand outside of our front foot, bring our back foot a little bit closer and push our hips up into our hamstring stretch. And exhaling, bring our feet together, push the ground away, and stand on up. And last but not least, let's do just 3 plank to pikes here. So starting on our hands and our toes, definitely want to make sure our arms are warmed up. We're gonna go ahead, exhale, pushing up. And let's go ahead, come back down. 2 more coming up. And down. And last one coming up. And let's go ahead and walk our hands towards our feet. And then we can go ahead And stand on up because we're gonna start standing with that inchworm to push up. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're getting the timer ready. And like I said, we're doing 3 rounds here, 45, 15. And inchworms to push up is first. 3, 2, 1, and go. So inchworm in for a push up. So pushing our hips back, we want to make sure our core is engaged, so butt to belly button. So that way when we push our hips back, our back is flat. We're not rounding out here, so staying flat as we can. Walking out. Hands underneath our shoulders. And you can, like I said, you can either walk your hands or your feet back to your starting position, standing up and doing the same thing again. So like I said, either way, I sometimes, if you want to get a little bit of an extra arm workout, you can really walk your hands back because you're gonna get a little extra shoulder work. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All right, next up, squat knee to elbow. So we're gonna have our hands at our temples, squatting down, exhaling, bringing our knee up. 3, 2, 1. So hands here, squatting down, exhale. I really do want us to try and exhale and get our knee up more than we're crunching down. As we bring our knee up, we're gonna use our lower core a little bit more. And that's gonna help us also strengthen our hip flexor. It's gonna help our posture. We really wanna get that pillar nice and strong here. So exhaling, bringing our core together as we drive our knee up. Great job. Keep pushing, let's get those knees up. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, back to the ground. Plank, knee to elbow. So you can either do same side or opposite side. Whatever feels better for you. 3, 2, 1. All right. Exhaling. We want to go nice and slow, focusing on zipping our core up. So like we have a zipper here, bringing everything together as we pull our knee up. So our core drives our knee, not our knee driving itself. Getting a little bit of extra hip flexor work here a little bit today. Making sure we're screwing our hands into the ground so we're staying nice and flat. 3, 2, 1. All right. Standing back up. Oh, my knee. Okay, we're good. We got lateral squats next. Nice and wide. 3, 2, 1. Stretching all the way over. Driving through our whole foot. Our knees come forward as our hips go back. Chest is staying open, so wear that logo proud. Coming over, driving through. Great job. This is really good for strengthening our quads, our inner thighs to help our adductors, and also those glutes here. Great job. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Last upper body movement, plank to pike toe tap. And then we have reverse lunges. And then we're going to do that 2 more times through. 3, 2, 1. So making sure our hands are underneath our shoulders. Pushing up to exhaling. Keep our core engaged. Awesome. Pushing. Making sure that in our plank, our head, shoulders, hips, and heels are all in one straight line. Don't want to dip our hips below. That will put extra pressure on our low back. 3, 2, 1. All right. And last but not least, reverse lunges with our paws at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. All right, so stepping back, knee comes forward, chest stays over the arch of our front foot. I wasn't pausing for 3 seconds. That was only 1 second. So stepping back. We all 1, 2, 3. Driving through our whole foot. I guess my legs are sore today. All right, 1, 2, 3. Great job. Whew. Keep your balance. 1, 2, 3. Pushing through our front foot here. Great job. 3, 2, 1. All right. 1, round down. 2 to go. Inchworm with push-up is next. 3, 2, 1. All right. Hips come back. Hands to the ground. You also, you want to switch. So maybe one round, you walk your hands in. The next round, walk your feet in, or vice versa, whatever you want to do. Whatever feels good for you today. Got lightheaded. Okay, moving slow. We got it. Okay. Great job. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Next up, squat. Knee to elbow. We're gonna have our hands at our temples. 3, 2, 1. Feet hip width here. Face this way for a few of them. Hands going down. Exhaling, bringing our knee towards our core. Exhaling as we stand up. Chest is open. Driving through our whole foot. 3, 2, 1. All right. Up next, plank, knee to elbow. Be on the ground. Again, either same side or opposite side. 3, 2, 1. And exhaling. The slower you move, the more we are going to feel that in your core, which is the goal here. We also, again, going to use a little bit of our shoulders. Focusing on driving your knee in by zipping our core up. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, lateral squats. We only have one more knee plank to elbow, thankfully. Those are just not my favorite. All right, lateral squats. 3, 2, 1. So shifting all of our weight to one side. Hopefully, we can get a little bit deeper into our squat here. Want to be aware and mindful as well that we don't want our feet to be too close. So when our feet are too close, you're going to really start to put that pressure on your knee. Versus if we go wider, you're going to really sink into your hip. We're going to start to use our glutes and our quads more than putting that pressure on our knee, because we have more muscles on our glutes and our quads than we do right on that knee joint. So again, just be mindful of how far apart your feet are. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, plank to pike toe tap. On the ground, hands and toes. All right. 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, tapping the opposite toe. Again, head, shoulders, hips, and heels, all one straight line. Exhaling as we push our hips up. Using our core, and a little bit of one arm shoulder work here, shoulder stability, all the fun stuff. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last part of round 2, reverse lunge with our pause. 3, 2, 1. I also feel like I haven't been reminding everyone of this one. I'm sure we all know. Just want to again throw it out there that when we are stepping back into our reverse lunge, we want to be on train tracks, not a tightrope. So that's going to help. If you ever struggle with balance and stability, try to make sure your feet are at least hip width, right? Even I tend to step out a little bit more to the side. So I do like to give myself just a little bit more stability. So I tend to angle out. It also helps me personally when I angle out, my knee gets over my second toe versus over the first. 3, 2, 1. All right, 2 down. Last round coming on up. Inchworm to push up. I'm gonna fan myself. 3, 2, 1. Even just by myself, this room gets to be a little hot. That is all good. We all come here to sweat, right? Oh my goodness. I don't want to drown myself out with the fans either. And then I gotta use my outdoor voice inside. If I do that too often, I'm gonna lose my voice. All right. We're doing awesome. We're doing our push-ups. If you're starting to get tired, we just gotta push through here. You can always drop down to your knees for your push-up. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay. Done with those. We got plank. Oh, sorry. Squat knee to elbow. Almost missed it. I didn't miss it today. Squat knee to elbow. 3, 2, 1. So hands at our temples, feet hip width. Inhale down, exhale up. We always want to exhale as we are using our muscles and exerting our energy. That's what I want us to imagine. So I do tend to forget to remind us all to use, I forget to remind about our breathing patterns. So if you ever just need that reminder, just let me know. But we generally want to exhale as we're exerting the most force and energy to help our muscles be engaged a little more. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, I brought my water bottle. And I need water. Okay. Plank. Plank, knee to elbow. 3, 2, 1. Thankfully, our last round of this one. Y'all know I do not hold back. If I don't like something, I always let y'all know. So that way, you know that I also program things that I also don't enjoy, because sometimes we just need to do things that we don't like, and that's going to help make us mentally and physically stronger. Plus, it's just 45 seconds. We can do anything for 45 seconds. When you think about it that way, it's not that long. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're done for those for today. Done, done, done. Okay. Lateral squats for next. I don't think I could be more excited about being done with those. Should have put them first. All right, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, my throat just got super dry. Okay. Now that this is our third round, we do want to try and get a little bit deeper into our squat. Hopefully our hips are a little bit more opened up than they were when we started. So that way you can get a little bit lower, engage your muscles for a little bit longer time under tension here. If it does help, you can point your toes out just a little bit, about 45 degrees to help get that angle a little bit deeper if you need to. 3, 2, 1. All right, up next, plank to pike toe taps. We're gonna be on the ground, hands and toes. 3, 2, 1. We're on to our final 2 movements. We're gonna do these and our lunges. And then we are gonna go ahead and cool down with some pretzel. Get a little bit of rotation for us today. I know we didn't do any rotation here, but I know I haven't gotten much rotation today outside of the world's greatest stretch. So I want to make sure we're getting enough rotation for us today. So opening things up here. 3, 2, 1. All right, last movement of today's class, reverse lunge. We're doing our pause. 3 seconds, we can remember. I know I keep forgetting. 3, 2, 1. All right, last set, best set. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Man, my hips are cracking all over the place today. Pushing through our whole foot. Great job. 1, 2, 3. Only got a few left here. Great job. Keep pushing. A few more here. 3, 2, 1. And that is going to be it for today's circuit. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you need it. We're going to go ahead. Okay, so we're going to do some pretzel. So on our sides on the ground here, we are going to make our checklist here. Top leg is going to come up, over, across our body, knee and ankle on the ground, bottom hand on top of our knee, top hand grabs onto the bottom foot or ankle. Nice big inhale. And exhaling, bringing our top shoulder towards the ground. Inhaling in through our nose into our bellies. And exhaling, sighing away our tension, letting our body sink further into the ground. Looking over our top shoulder will help us get a little bit extra rotation through our neck, through our spine. And one more breath here. And as we exhale, we can gently return to our starting position. And when we're ready, we're going to go ahead and flip on over to the other side. So our top leg is going to come up, over, and across our body. Knee and ankle on the ground. Bottom hand goes on top of our knee. Top hand grabs onto the bottom foot or ankle. Nice big inhale. And, oh, my back just cracked. That felt amazing. We're exhaling. Opening up towards the ceiling. Try to relax our body as we exhale. Let's go ahead and do one more breath. And as we finish our exhale, we can gently return to our starting position. And feel free to stay lying on the ground or return to a seated, kneeling, or standing position. But that is going to be all the time for today's class. So thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you hopefully